Hello everybody, it's Quick Script Creations here. I've seen a few comments recently about people wanting to see my updated collection, and the last time I made my collection video, it's been quite a while and I have gotten quite a lot of new additions, as you can probably see right here. And so today I thought I would go over mostly the newest ones that I've gotten. You know, I still have a lot of the same ones that you guys saw in the previous video, and I thought it'd be fun to also go over some of my favorite figures. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I figured I would start out by sort of giving you an overview of all the different species and all the different parts of my collection. This actually isn't everything that I have related to Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. I didn't include the vehicles or a lot of the duplicate dinosaurs. You know, both the lines, the Jurassic Park lines and the Jurassic World lines, include a lot of repaints. And while I do own quite a few of them, I didn't bother to include them all on the table because it was going to take up way too much room. I also not including any of the human figures or like the little play sets or anything like that, except for that one right there that's still in the box. If you guys watch my toy film series that I make, then you probably know what's missing, such as the mobile command center and the compound and some of the duplicate dinosaurs like I mentioned. Now I'm actually gonna start out by highlighting all the new dinosaurs that were absent from my first collection video. First, we have the Velociraptor from the first Jurassic Park toy line that was ever created. I think this is one of the very first figures too. It's stamped, it looks like it's stamped or it's actually number 10. But it is one of the original figures, one of the first of the line, the Series 1, if I'm not mistaken. And then over here we have what's supposed to be Delta from Jurassic World, although I don't think the colors match, and I'm sure some other people have pointed that out as well. There he is in the back. I managed to find the red Dilophosaurus, which I think that's a really cool paint job. Most of the Dilophosaurus that we see are green, so it's kind of cool to see, you know, a vibrant red one like that. Of course, you see the human figure. I don't know if it's Zia or Zaya. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce her name. And then back there we have the Sinoceratops, which I guess technically is supposed to be a Pachyrhino or something like that. There's been a lot of arguments about what species that actually is. They named it the Sinoceratops, but I guess the anatomy of it is actually a different dinosaur altogether, which is kind of strange. And then we have the battle damaged Gallimimus, which was the Walmart exclusive. These are pretty old figures, but I still have them in the box just because I only really purchase figures now to put in my films. So if I don't really have a use for it at the moment, I typically just leave it in the box because it's easier to store it that way. And so far I haven't used those or had a reason to use them. And then I'm sure some of you guys have seen the Indominus Rex. I'm really looking forward to the new one that's supposed to be coming out because trying to film with that thing is sort of a nightmare. I haven't actually put the Spinosaurus in any of my films yet, but you guys, I might have shown it in another video, I can't remember. But there's the Spinosaurus. So I ended up buying mine from the UK. I had to pay a little extra. I probably paid like $60 altogether for it, which, considering it never technically got released in the United States, that's not that bad of a price. And that included shipping and everything else. Right back there is the Albertosaurus, which actually is one of my new favorite dinosaurs. At least, you know, as far as the Jurassic World toys go. I really am fond of the smaller carnivores. I think the T-Rex and Spinosaurus and all those bigger ones get too much credit, but the sort of medium carnivores I'm really a big fan of, like the Albertosaurus and even the Carnotaurus. Although that's not a new figure, I figured I would show it anyway because I like it so much. And then right here, these are both two of the newest figures, the Concavinator and the Where is it? The Albertosaurus. One thing I don't understand about this figure is that it's going back to the old design, like the first Roarivore figures, where its mouth is constantly open. So I don't know why they went back to that design and made its mouth permanently open. Or not permanently open, but you have to push the button to make it close, which is kind of strange when you're displaying it, because I'd rather have it closed to look more natural, but I've never heard of that one, so I was surprised that they actually made it, and it's really an interesting addition to it. There's not really any other carnivore quite like that one. Hiding back there, we have the Minmi. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure a bunch of people are going to correct me like you always do. I'm not the best when it comes to dinosaur names, which is kind of ironic considering I have a dinosaur channel. And then there's that guy, is it Dracorex? Dracorex? Again, I'm not perfect with the names, but I think that one's really cool. It reminds me of the Packy, but it's just a little bit different. It's got little thorny spines on it rather than, just a round dome head. And then this one, I don't think I've ever shown this one before, but you guys probably recognize it from the Chaos Effect line. I wasn't really fond of the Chaos Effect line because I thought the aesthetics of the dinosaurs looked too cartoony and they didn't really match up with the other lines. They just kind of looked fake, but I do like this one. I think it's pretty cool. It's probably one of my favorites out of the whole line. It makes a pretty interesting noise when you activate its little action featurette type of thing. And I think it's cool that it's half Archaeopteryx and half Velociraptor. It really would be an awesome hybrid, and I don't really have much to say about it. I think it's pretty cool. This one you've seen from Jurassic Frontier, but I didn't have it in the last collection video. This is the Allosaurus. And this would be the second Allosaurus. There's been 3 altogether. There was first the Lost World one over there. And then of course there's the Jurassic World one. That's the Fallen Kingdom one. There was a Jurassic World one, but it was terrible along with all their figures. And as you can see, except for the Indominus Rex, I don't own any of the Jurassic World figures for obvious reasons. But then going back to this one, this is actually, I wouldn't say it's underrated necessarily, but this is definitely one of the best Jurassic Park / Jurassic World dinosaurs that's ever been released. If I can zoom in a little bit, you can see the texture on it and the detail and the color choices that they went with, and even the battle damage. It like blends in seamlessly with the side of it. I'll try and show it here. But yeah, it's right there, and when it's actually in place you can barely see it, and it just blends in so well and it works so amazingly. So I've had this one for a while. It was actually in the box for a really long time because I just didn't use it, and then I planned on using it for a film, so I took it out of the box. But then I just kind of had complications with it because it's so big and it's so hard to pose and so hard to do stop motion with and things like that, that I sort of gave up on the video. I might eventually go back to it one day, but it was supposed to be a Predator versus T-Rex video. This figure has a lot of pros and cons for me. I love the size of it, and due to the size, there's a lot of detail that's involved. It's just really hard to deal with because of its size. It's a great idea, but I kind of don't like how big it is. I much prefer like the size of the bull T-Rex and the chomp. What is it? Grabbing, chomping. I can't even remember the name of this one. But this dinosaur, and then the Thrash and Throw, and even the red T-Rex from the original line, I just feel the size of those ones are much more manageable, as well as more accurate when you're scaling them with the human figures. And then hiding down there is the little green raptor, which kind of gets confused for the Cyclops raptor from the Lost World. It has a very similar design, the way that it's crouched really low to the ground like that. I don't think I showed this one before. It's just a repaint of the Dilophosaurus from the Fallen Kingdom line. This was one of the ones that came in like the multi-pack. And I almost forgot this one, the Parasaur. In another video, I had stated how I thought this one was going to be like really amazing, and it's going to be even better than the Lost World one. And now that I have the figure, I kind of feel a little bit differently. I do like the pose on this one. It's much easier to pose, and it's on all four of its legs, you know, like it would be in real life, whereas the other one I think stood up more bipedal-like. So I do like that aspect of it, but I feel like there could be just a little bit more detail on it. I don't want to say it feels cheap, but I just feel like it could have been slightly better, and I'm not really sure how exactly, but that's just the inclination I have. And then I decided to throw this T-Rex skeleton in here. This is actually a really cool set. They have quite a few of these. They have a raptor, pteranodon, a Stiggy, and I think a Triceratops. And these are really cool little like models. I feel like they're really underrated. The T-Rex one, you actually have to dig out of like a little, it's not cement, but it kind of looks like it. It's like really hard, or it's more like a soft rock, and you have to dig out all the pieces. So yeah, this video is kind of getting a little bit long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, some of you have been wanting to see my collection. I do have, like I said in the beginning, a lot more stuff, mainly just humans and vehicles and things like that. You know, nothing too exciting, but I could always make another video on the other half of the collection if you guys would be interested in that. But I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you've been enjoying my recent videos. I just released a little trailer for a new series that I want to start, and I'm really excited for it. I have a lot of inspiration for it, and I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store for that one. It's going to be hands down the best one, or the best series that I've ever made. If you guys are wondering about Jurassic Frontier, I still have to finish it. I have one more episode left, but the problem is I didn't run out of inspiration for it, but I kind of lost the motivation at the moment. I still fully plan on finishing it, but I came up with all these new ideas for the new series, and I just got really excited. And when you have a lot of inspiration for something, it's hard not to follow it. So I hope you guys can be patient with me until I can eventually get around to finishing Jurassic Frontier, but I think the new series is going to make up for the wait. Like I said, I'm super excited to show you guys. I have a ton of ideas. It's going to be the most ambitious series that I've ever made so far, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. But until then, thanks again for watching and always liking my videos and commenting and things like that. It means a lot, and it really helps me out, and gives me a lot of encouragement to continue making videos. So yeah, thanks again, and until next time, I'll see you later.